Alright, welcome everybody, welcome to the channel. Today going to be playing a little bit of Nemesis. Just going to play solo mode, just one character. I've yet to win, but out of my maybe 5 or 6 plays playing solo. But it doesn't stop me from trying. Let's get everything out. There's 2 sides to the board. I haven't tried the back side yet, but definitely not ready for that. Now, for playing solo, there is a certain way I like to play, which is, whoops, hit me, like this. Because then, I don't know, it just makes it easier for me to reach everything on the ship, and then I can have all my mats and everything on the left side here. So you got the little cheat sheet. Rule book. Let's keep that close by. I might need that too. Okay, so I did print out a little player aid, which this will help me just instead of having to look in the rule book every time. Alright, put that somewhere. Now I have the Nemesis, the small bag, and then I have my own little Crown Royal bag, which I'll show you what I use these for instead of their intended purposes. Alright, so you put intruder board up here. Now I have so for the player boards, I'm just going to randomly choose one. Hopefully I pick one that works well for solo, but if not, that's the way the game goes. There's a lot of randomness in the game, so I add a little bit more just by letting the game choose who I'm playing. So I have dice in the game that I use this to keep track of like wounds and how much ammo I have instead of I forget what they used. The little red cubes. To me, the dice are just easier. So they're just in a random order. So I'm just going to roll a d6 and see what pops up. So I rolled a 6. That'll be the very last one. The Scientist. Okay, get these out of the way. There's my Scientist. Let's see, is this camera up and running? Put him right in the center there. Okay, let's see. Gotta organize a bit. So there's the that starting blue token that's always in this main hibernation chamber. Get the number 1. Not that it matters, but that's for me. So what I do to make setting up faster is all these little tokens that you're supposed to shuffle up and then put face down in a room. To me, it's just faster to take all these and plop them into the small Nemesis bag they give you. Instead of trying to use this as the intruder bag, which can get real tight, I think it works better for these smaller ones. But what I do after I set up, I don't put one on each room. I just pull one out as I go into the room. So instead of just spending time shuffling them all, trying to put one on each room, I just pull it out as I explore. So that way now I don't have to deal with that. Okay, so now need all these guys here. Okay. What else do I need? Just 1 and 2 for the locked things here. I'm just kind of going off memory, so I'm probably not doing this in the right order. Set up my 3 engines. So engine 2. 2, Engine 3, and Engine 1. So give these a quick little shuffle. Alright, so Engine 1. Engine 2 and Engine 3. Okay, let's see. Take all my room tiles out. Whoop. Now these I'll put them face down, shuffle them up, and just spread them around the ship. Okay, let's see. The 2s are usually on the insides here, so 2, 2, 2. Let's cut these in half. 1s are on the outside. Alright, so I think that's all the 2s, so I can just skip any other ones. Just randomly going everywhere. Alright. So I should only have, yeah, so 4 extra 2s. Alright, so the board's filled up. Put these in the box without looking at them. See my starting cards, I got the scientists. So, and the rest of these. Okay, we have the coordinates cards here. Coordinates. So let me shuffle these up. Pop that up there. And let's see, intruder weaknesses. Give these a quick shuffle. And pop 1 on each. So 1 for the character corpse, 1 for the intruder egg, and 1 for the carcass. So now these can go back into the box. Don't need these anymore. Okay, I like these for holding games that have different stacks of cards in them. Just like, so these, I have my items. Oh yeah, so 4 different items. So green for health, red with the ammo symbol, usually guns and ammo, yellow for just kind of everything. We're okay, and then the bluish are the crafted ones. Those don't have to be face down or shuffled, so just pop those up there. But let me give these a quick shuffle. Pop these over here. So I got for solo, I got the guy with the worst weapon. His 2s don't even count as 2s, they count as 1. Got a weak little pistol. Oh no, my little side camera's already out. I don't know what's going on with this thing. but looks like I'm not playing with it. So okay, but yeah, his pistol there. I don't even know if this camera's on autofocus right now, but it says that a roll of 2 is treated as a 1. That's not good. And then the other things are his quest items that you can unlock. So I have a holo computer. It says you can use the internet and risk assessment actions from any room on the ship, even with a malfunction marker or without a computer. So that can be kind of cool because what do I need to do for that? Activate this item in the generator room. So if I find the generator room, definitely try to do that. I just have to activate it. And then I have laboratory equipment. I have to discard chemicals to activate this item. So this gives me a 1 use only. If you are in a room with the character corpse, intruder carcass, or egg, discover 1 corresponding intruder weakness card. Oh, okay, that could be cool to just get a weakness. Help me out. Try to fight these things. So there's my little player aid. Tell me how to set up the bag because I know I always forget how to do that. Turn sequence, blah, blah. Nope. Okay. So I always forget what the number of intruder tokens start in the bag. Okay. So this I use as my intruder bag. It's way bigger. Allows my hand to really get in there and shuffle them up before I get in there instead of trying to cram my hand in here. I can't even. It doesn't fit, so I must quit. Sorry. So in this thing, let's see. Let me make my stacks here. So the little 1 symbol is all the larvae. These are breeders. There's the queen. A bunch of adults. Larva. Let's see. I believe there's only 2 breeders, so that's that. Okay, a lot of these are upside down. So let's see. These are creepers. Let's see. There's a blank. Larva, and adults. Okay, so I start with 1 blank in the bag. 4 larvae, which these are all 1s on the backside, so I don't have to shuffle them up. Just gather them up. Put the other larvae over here. 1 creeper, which are these. Now these are also number 1s on the back, so don't need to shuffle them up. Let's see. The queen and 3 adults. So there are no breeders that start. Now the adults, I know they have different numbers on the back. So these I'll give a quick little shuffle and then pull 3 of them. But then it says then add 1 additional adult intruder for each player taking part of the game. So I need to add 4 adults. So I'll grab 4 of these tokens. The rest will be stacked up. Alright, so I'll take all these. Pop them in the bag. Give them a quick shuffle. Alright, and throw that to the side. Okay, I need 5 egg tokens. So I need to put these markers on the timer. So 15, the 6 for the self-destruct, and then I think that the coordinates, where does it start on? B? Yep. Alright, let me make sure I have everything. So yeah, playing a 1-player game, so my 2 escape pods that are locked. All the room tiles are out. I've already done all the engine tokens. I did my, so now I need to grab my eggs. So the game starts with 5 egg tokens. Those will go in the nest. My intruder bag is ready. Let's see, the rest, blah, blah. Okay, I need all the other decks, so encounters and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so the action cards are specific, so I need to find the scientist action cards. Thanks to my cheap sleeves, my cards are sticking a little bit, but found the scientists. Okay. So I believe it's 10, so let me make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. What else? What other cards do I have over here? I forgot. I was could have done the whole character draft thing. Drawn to, all that good stuff. But I completely skipped that. That's what I get for forgetting. So I need the solo objective cards. And I'll have to see how I deal myself that. The other objective cards are out. What else do we have? Intruder player actions, no. I'll take the help card. What else is in this box? Oh, here's the big cards. All right, so I can grab my other card holder. Slide that up here. Alright, so I have serious wounds. Give these a quick shuffle. Let's see, intruder attack. Go there. We have events and then contamination cards. So just a little shuffle on these, and then I think we're almost done. I just need to pull my solo objective card. Alright, so events and then just contamination cards. Alright. Just says keep all your markers close by. And then the crew setup. So I have my help card. I have my inventory tray. Okay, so for the objective is describing for the regular play, but I think there's like a solo. Okay, yeah, on the back. So solo mode. At the start of the game, draw 2 cards from this deck instead of the regular. Okay. And then when the first Nemesis comes out, not Alien, not even close. When the first Nemesis shows up, no matter what size or who it is, the 2 that I picked, I'll be able to look at them right away. But these 2 that I have, I'll have to choose one. So let me make sure I have everything else done. I have my character, my starting weapons, which has 3 ammo, so that little starting die, I'll put that at 3. My action cards, my quest items. The blue corpse is in the hibernatorium. And I think I'm ready to go. the rest will just be, hopefully I can remember all the little rules and whatnot. Okay. So this, I can probably keep close by there. I'm going to be going through a lot of noise tokens and everything else in here. Got some doors ready. Another bunch of other random tokens, carcasses, my aliens. Okay, my Nemesis. Just going to crack open a monster. Keep me going. I need to do like the commercials. Someone holds that, but that's amazing. If you want to send me money, go ahead. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what my solo objectives are. So I have special delivery. It says finish the game in escape pod or hibernation with an intruder egg object. And then a little flavor text. I know a guy in New Tokyo, who keeps buying all this weird from Deep Space Cruise. And then the other one, Destination Earth. This is the most simple one. The ship must reach Earth. So that means I need to have 2 out of 3 engines going. The destination has to be Earth. And once I pass this middle point where I can hibernate, then just go hibernate and make sure the ship doesn't explode. Little flavor text. They've sent us out here. Oh, they sent us out there to die. Now they should clean their own mess. So when the time comes, I'll have to pick one of those two. Alright, so let me see how I want to organize everything. So I got some dice here. Oops. See, action cards. My little tokens. Alright, so I have my pistol, my 2 objectives here, that there. So I can slide this down here. So I don't have to reach over as much. Alright, I think that should work. So, okay, let's see the help card. So there's player phase, event phase. So for those of you unfamiliar with Nemesis, we wake up from our hibernation chamber not when we're supposed to wake up. So because of that, we're a little confused. The rooms are face down. Because out of our confusion, it just kind of messed you up. So you don't really remember the layout of the ship. So really it's just an excuse for the game to say, hey, the ship's random every time, which I like because that way you don't just memorize the ship and then the game would just get easier every time. Here it just stays hard forever. But we don't remember the ship. We don't know why we got woken up. We're not even familiar with, or, you know, we don't know about these Nemesi, but these creatures, but we're going to find out pretty quick. So we just have to make sure the ship is working right, go explore and try to head home, or, you know, if I find an egg early on, maybe I'll try to do the special delivery. But for now, I'm going to be leaning more towards the destination Earth. So that means I have to go to the front of the ship, to the back of the ship, all by myself because I'm playing solo. If I was playing 2-player, maybe I could split us up, but I'm not. So I don't have enough plays under my belt. I have played 2-handed solo, and I can't remember if I've won or not doing like cooperative mode. And I don't have enough plays under my belt to see which one was easier or harder. It's just, it feels like true solo would be harder just because, I mean, you just have to explore the whole ship by yourself. But, okay. So on that note, let's see. So I have my pistol here, my 3 ammo on it. Okay, so player phase. I'm going to draw up to 5 action cards. So I have blocking access, use in a room with a computer to use this room's action without paying its cost, or use in a room with a computer to place a malfunction marker in any one room with the computer. So you could use that to blow up the ship, but that's not going to be the case for me. So really, it's just going to be the top part, really. Demolition, destroy one closed door in a corridor connected to the room you are in, or place a malfunction marker in the room you are in. So on a lot of these, it looks like it's meant for multiplayer. I'm not going to be using the bottom of that one either. Interruption, this one's purely for multiplayer, so really it's just going to be used to pay for probably basic actions for moving. Rust, scan all contamination cards in your hand and remove all non-infected cards. If any of the cards was infected, follow the infection procedure. So that's not good if I'm infected. And then risk assessment, use in a room with the computer, look at the top card of the event deck, and then either return it to either the top or the bottom of the deck. So just gives me a little bit of control of what event's coming up. Okay, so here we go. Now the question is, do I want to head towards the front to make sure we're going to Earth first, or come back here and check the engines? I think I'll head that to the front of the ship. So for basic action of move, it costs 1 card. So I can spend this interrupt card. I can spend 2 to do careful movement, which it lets me choose where the noise goes. It doesn't stop the noise coming on, because I guess they hear the squeaking of my wheels. But at least I can choose where I hear the noise coming from. Well, no, what am I saying? Like, yeah, the whole squeaking noise doesn't work because it's noise I'm hearing, not noise I'm making. I'm hearing noise in the ducts and in the walls of the ship. So it's all random, so it's just a matter of either going up here to the left or going up here to the right. So let's work our way to the left here. Let me see, moving. What do I have on this Nemesis player aid? So it tells me what to do if I pull in the intruder bag development phase. The combat die results. Where's exploration? Okay, exploration. When entering an unexplored face down room, you turn it over and then reveal its exploration token and then do a noise roll. So, okay. So going into this room, and I find the cabins, which has possibly any item. So now I reach into my little bag, and this will be what's found in there, or how many objects, items, whatnot. So this one has the number 1 with a door symbol. So the door slams shut behind me. And it has a number 1 on it. So when you're playing solo, you take the number, half it, rounding up, I believe. So if it's a 1 or a 2, you only have 1 item in the room, and a 3 and a 4, you have 2 items. So in this case, I have 1 item. So I'll line that up with a little arrow here. And then now this token's done. So as I go through the tokens, I just pop them back in the box. And now I need to do a noise roll, which is this D10. So I rolled a 2, which is right there. I heard a little noise in that direction, you know. I don't know what it is yet, but it's probably nothing, most likely. So now, so if I want to search a room, I think that's it's been a little bit since I played. So I think searching, yeah, there's like 2 cards everybody has, and right now I don't have it. So I guess I'll just keep moving up there. So another, there's no computer in there. I could just destroy that door, but that's not that big of a deal to me. Ah, I totally forgot. I could have picked up the blue corpse in case. Yeah, let me see. Let's rewind a second. So I'll spend 1 card to pick up the blue corpse, and put it in my left hand, and then I'll move. So now I'll play 1 card to keep moving towards the computer room. And yep, let's flip this over. We found the fire control system. There's a computer symbol here, so we'll see if my cards let me do anything special with it. And then pull the expiration token. And I got, it's a number 4, but there's a malfunction token on it. So the 4 turns into 2 items. And now the only thing left is to roll for noise. And I rolled a 3. So the 3 points to this little red dot, which is the technical corridor. So essentially the ducts in the ship, they're all connected, so these intruders can just get themselves throughout the whole ship really, really fast. I might just do 1 more move. All right, what are some options here? Because the fire control system doesn't help me at the moment. It's a number 1 room. So for 2 cards, you can initiate the fire control procedure. Choose any 1 room, discard a fire marker from that room if there is one, and all the intruders in that room run away in a random direction. But right now, it doesn't really serve a purpose, plus it's broken. So I'm going to spend 1 more card to move into the front of the ship, the cockpit. And then there's no expiration token in the cockpit, so I just go there, but I still have to roll for noise. And I rolled a 2, which is right here. And I'm going to keep this 1 card just in case the little guy comes out, and that way I don't get surprise attack. Okay, so I perform my actions. Event phase, move the time track, so from 15 to 14, and self-destruct track, but you only move that if it's actually activated. Intruder attacks, there's no intruders. Fire damage, there's no fire damage. Resolve event card, so now grab a event card. And we have short circuit. Place a malfunction marker on each yellow room with a computer. Remove this event from the game and reshuffle the events deck, including the discard pile. So this is actually good that this one came out because I have a room that's yellow with a malfunction marker already. So really this is doing nothing except just being removed from the game. So that works out. It does say to reshuffle even though I just started and that was the first card I pulled. but I'll just do it anyways. Just do what the game tells you. Okay, and intruder bag development. So now I'll just take my big bag here and pull a token out. Give him a good little shuffle. And then I have my little cheat sheet here just to tell me exactly what happens just so I don't forget. So I got a little larva. So it says remove this token from the intruder bag and then add one adult in the intruder bag. So that little larva grew up. They just get so big so fast, you know. Little precious guys. And that's it. Alright. Pretty easy. So now I'm going to draw back up to 5 cards. So I had 1 card, so I'm going to add 4 more. Alright, so now intranet. Alright, so this one I had from before, so let's see these other cards. So I drew my 2 search cards. Of course, now I'm in the cockpit with nothing to search in there. So I won't be able to use those for that unless I move and then search. But I have intranet. Using a room with a computer, use the room action of any working room with a computer without paying its cost. That's pretty cool. And then repairs, discard a malfunction marker from the room you are in, or repair and break the engine in the engine room you are in. So that can be pretty... I can use either of these. One to either fix up the ship by discarding malfunction markers, or just using this to repair or break the engine. Okay, but let me see for the cockpit. So for 2 cards, there's 2 things I can do. One is to check the coordinates, where I can look at the coordinates card. It says secretly look at it, and then after looking at it, place it back on the board. But since I'm playing solo, I'll just flip it over. And then another 2 cards to set the destination. So I have to look at it and then actually move the marker from A, B, C, and D just to make sure it's going to Earth. So as far as the 2 cards, there's 2 cards there. So I can get lucky if B is already Earth. But let's see. Nope. A is Earth. B, right now we're heading to deep space. So I need to switch it to A. So I'm going to spend 2 more cards to switch that over. So that was half of a destination Earth, the ship reaching Earth. And then I'm going to keep this card, this repairs card over. So that way if a little guy comes out, he doesn't just jump into my gut. So that was a pretty quick turn. Event phase, move the time track. 13 rounds left. No intruders, no fire. Resolve event card. What does that say? Regeneration. Each intruder on the board heals 2 injuries. Well, there's none on the board, so another card wasted. And then intruder bag development. What will happen? Another little larva grows up. Shuffle that in there. Okay. And then back to my turn. So draw back up to 5. So there's only 1 card left. So I'll draw that and then shuffle the rest of these up. And draw 3 more. Alright, so now I have repairs, computer skills. So the only other new one I got was computer skills. Open or close 1 door in a corridor connected to the room you are in. That's pretty nice. Or if you are in a room with a computer, use its room action without paying its cost. Okay. So I have rest, interrupt, and search. So now I just need to head to the back of the ship and make my way to the engines. And I'm just going to try to sprint or, roll. But let's use, so interrupt, move on this way. So in this room, it is the nest, where I can take an egg as my action. And the expiration token for the nest is I got slime. The number doesn't matter because there's no items in here, but I did get slime, so on my character board I marked that, and that's going to affect my noise roll, which I'm about to do. Okay, so let me roll this. 3. Ooh, I wasn't even paying attention that this room also had the technical corridor, so a 1 or a 2, I would have had to see if anything would have came out. So 3 works out because that's behind me. But one thing I'm thinking about is, so let's see, with the nest, what are my options here? So all these room actions cost 2 cards. So with the nest, I can take one egg from the intruder board. After that, perform a noise roll, because pretty much they know I'm messing with their nest. I can also destroy eggs, and if I do, I have to perform noise rolls every time I attempt to destroy eggs. But my special delivery objective is to finish the game in escape pod or hibernation with an intruder egg object. The thing is, if I take an egg, only if I roll a 4 or like the danger die do I avoid an intruder. Because 1, 2, and 3 already have noise tokens on them. And I'm trying to think. Oh, okay, I can do it in the hibernation too. So I would have to take an egg and somehow just survive until. Well, if I hibernate, I have to make sure that the ship is going to Earth anyway. So I still have to check the engines unless the escape pods open up. But I can't remember. I know escape pods will open up when the self-destruct timer crosses from 4 to 3. But I can't remember what other. What else would do it? What unlocks them? I think it's a room. Yeah, so there's a hatch control system, but the thing is, that's a level 2 room, so there's a chance it's not even on the board. So I think I'm just gonna get out of this room and really just kind of get the ship going to Earth. So let's spend this rest card to keep moving, and the room I find is the hatch control system. That's what I was just talking about. Unlock escape pods. Ooh, okay. But after I do that, I still have to find the level 1 room that go to the escape pods. Oh man. Which could cause me to go around the whole ship anyways, because you have no idea where these rooms are at. But okay, let me finish exploring the room. So the 4 turns into a 2, and in this one, the door shuts down behind us. So I'm gonna grab another door token. Boom, and then I need to roll for noise. And I rolled a 1. which goes here. Oh, did I keep my search card? Yes. So now, so this room, I can search anything. So I wonder if I want to try to find a better weapon or items. If I can find clothes, I can get rid of the slime off myself. So the cabins room, I don't think does anything, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go that way anyways. Yeah, it just says catch your breath. When you're in this room at the start of a new round and there are no intruders, you're going to draw up to 6 cards instead of 5 when you redraw your hand. Okay. So I'm going to search. So let me put that marker down by 1. So now whatever category I want to search, I'll pull 2 cards and then pick one. So let me do green. So I found bandages. It's a one use only. I can either dress one serious wound or heal all light wounds. And then the other one is alcohol. Scan and remove 1 contamination card from your hand. If it was infected, take 1 contamination card. So I'm going to go with bandages on this one. And the other one, I think I just put it to the bottom of the deck. And I think I'm just going to stay there because hopefully I draw my other search card and just search again. So, okay, let's see. So I'm holding 2 cards in my hand. Alright. So let's see. Event phase. Time goes down. 12 rounds. No self-destruct. No intruder. No fire. So resolving event. And we have noise and technical corridors. Place a noise marker in the technical corridor right there. If there isn't already one there. If there is, each character in a room with a technical corridor entrance performs a noise roll. So I'm not around one. There's not that little red dot. So this is another wasted card. So far I've been getting lucky, but the way this game goes, that can just go away very quickly. So now intruder development phase. Draw a random token and see how the bag develops. And another little larva grows up. All these adults popping in. So now back to my turn. I'm going to draw 3 cards to refill my hand. Alright, I drew my search card. So let me do that right away. So this will go down to 0. And I'm going to draw green again. So first, some more bandages and clothes. That's what I was looking for. Because clothes, I can either discard a slime marker or dress 1 serious wound. So I'll take that. And now for me to use it, it cost 1 card. So let's see. I'll spend 1 card, use up clothes, and then I get to discard the slime marker. And then that's gone. Okay, so I still need to make my way to the back of the ship. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that works. So I'm going to take this outside route here to try to get to engine 3. That way I avoid putting noise around the hibernation chamber, because at the end of the game, when I try to hibernate, I want there to be as little noise around the chamber as I can. But let's see. So I'm going to spend 1 card. Move on this way. So the room I get is the armory. It says recharge your energy weapon. And expiration token. a 3, and the door shuts behind me. I'm getting all these doors. So the 3 will be 2 items, which is there. And then my noise roll, not slimed anymore, so the X still counts as an X, whereas normally the X would count as a danger. So I rolled a 2, which is ahead of me. Okay, now I might just stop there, because if I go forward, I have a pretty good chance of having to pull an intruder card. Man. I feel like an intruder is going to come out this turn. Either if I go forward and roll for noise, or if I stay where I'm at, and then I'm going to draw an adult and have to roll for noise anyways. So I'm going to keep my 2 cards just to hopefully help me with a surprise attack. Okay, so that's into my turn. So move the time track down. Skip an intruder attack and fire damage. So resolve event card. Coolant leak. If there's a malfunction marker in the generator room, which the generator room isn't even out yet, start the self-destruct countdown. Remove this event from the game and reshuffle the events deck, including the discard pile. So that's another card that doesn't really do much, except just reshuffle these 2 cards back into the event deck. And then the only thing left is the intruder bag development. There we go. There's my first adult draw. So let me double check. So it says all players roll for noise. No roll if blah blah. Return this token to the intruder bag. Okay. So that'll go back in the bag. I need to roll for noise. I'm only safe on a 3, the X, or the danger. But a 1, 2, or 4, then something's coming out. A 4. So when that happens, if the 4 is, it's kind of hard to see, but this is the technical corridor, which there is a noise marker there. So all the noise goes away. Whoops, about to throw that in the bag. And then just make sure I get this right, if I can find where it's at. I'm pretty sure I just draw a token and then whatever that thing is comes out. Blah, blah, blah. Fire marker now. Okay, I mean, I'm not seeing it there yet, but I don't want to take all day either. So I'm going to draw a token, and that's what's coming out into the room I'm in. Whoa, it's a blank. Now, okay, there might be a special... Let's see. I think if it's a blank, I have to put those noise markers back. I'm just not seeing it on this player aid if it is on here. I mean, like crazy lucky so far in this game. But I'm still not confident that I'm going to come out with a win. Alright. I bust out the handy dandy rulebook because I'm just going completely blank. Shouldn't be that hard to find. What happens on a blank? Okay, so blank token in the encounter section. If the player draws the blank token, place a noise marker in each corridor connected to the room in which this encounter took place. Return the blank token to the intruder bag. So there's noise everywhere now. But an intruder still doesn't come out. So one in the technical corridor, one here and here. I mean, I'm not really going to complain about that. So pop that back in there. And now, what was it? Okay, so that was the intruder development, bag development. So now back to my turn. So I have 2 cards, drawing back up to 5. So draw 2 and give a quick little shuffle. Your demolition. Okay, so I still have this noise marker here now, and if I move here and I roll a 1 or 2 for noise, then I have to see if something comes out again. But if I do careful movement, I can choose to do it there, and then another careful movement here, I can put it here, and then that way I don't have to be as careful. Okay, so let's see. Repairs, no. Now there are 2 items in the room I'm in. I don't have my search though, so never mind. Let me spend 2 cards to do careful movement. So in this room it is the generator room. I can initiate stop self-destruct sequence. And the expiration token is the number 2, so that will make it a 1. And there's a malfunction marker on it. So luckily, I already took out that card. For the coolant leak, where it would have started the self-destruct timer. So I really don't have to worry about this malfunction marker unless there's just too many markers on the board. And then since I did careful movement, I get to choose where I put the noise token. I'm going to put it right ahead of me. So now I'm going to spend 2 more cards to do careful movement to move up. And this one is Evacuation Section B for the B pod if it's ever unlocked. So let's see what's in the room. So I have a number 1 and a fire symbol. So this room is on fire. There's 1 item in there, so match that up. Put myself in there. And I can, since I did careful movement, I get to choose where the noise goes. So I'll put it right here. So that way when I go into this engine 3, let me see. Then it'll be a lot more open for me, besides the technical corridor. But now I have a fire in my room, which I don't have anything that, oh man, that helps with the fire. So if I stay in the fire at the end of my turn, what happens to me? Now see, this is something where I should have been, this is the only time where you need to keep track of if it's your first or second action, because normally in a multiplayer game, everyone does 2 actions, it goes around the table, 2 actions, so everybody passes. But with fire markers, after your second action, if you're in a space with a fire marker, then you're going to start taking damage. But I know all I did was take 2 careful movements. So that was my second action. Because... So under fire markers, it says... Characters who have passed won't suffer any more wounds from fire the turn they passed, even if other players play their round after them. Any given room may never hold more than 1 fire marker. Fire spreads into unexplored rooms. I feel like there's more to it than that. Alright, let me see. Just for the sake of double checking fire markers. Let's see. Contents. Okay, 17. Alright, fire markers. They have 3 functions. They wound characters staying in rooms on fire, they deal injuries to intruders, and they may cause the explosion of the whole ship. So every time a character ends their turn in a room with the fire marker, this character suffers 1 light wound. So it's not the worst thing. I do have bandages. Okay, so since I end there, I'll just take the... Hey, how's it going, Ravnos1313? Welcome. So I have 1 light wound, and I'm just going to stop there and keep 1 card for the next round. So moving the time track up or down, so I have 10 rounds left. Still no intruder attack. There's a fire damage phase, but that's more for if there's an intruder with me, they will take damage. So now the event card. We have Bulkheads Open. But the damage comes each turn they end in the room, each 2 cards. Yeah, so that's what I had read. I had to kind of go back to see how many turns I go. Normally in solo mode, I just keep playing until I'm just done. But fire's the only time where I have to keep track of my 2 actions. And in this case, yeah, I did 1 move, or I did a careful movement, and then my second action was another careful movement. So then I know I have to take a fire damage, because after that I passed. But let's see. So Bulkheads Open all doors except destroyed doors. So all 3 of these are open now. So another card that doesn't really affect me too much. So now the Intruder Bag Development. So Ravnos, you're saying same. Are you saying... So if I did my 2 actions, take a fire damage, and then I pass, does that count as like the other 2 sets? So I would take a second damage? Because that sounds right also. Since the pass is part of the next 2 actions I would have been taking. What was I pulling this for? Okay, so the bag development phase. So I drew the Queen, which says if there are characters in the nest, which is way up here, place the Queen in that room, resolve an encounter. Yeah, I got you. If there are no characters in the nest or its location has not been discovered yet. So I'm not in the nest, so it just says add an additional egg on the intruder board. Return this token. So the Queen just lays another egg and gets mixed in there in my special bag. All right, so oh man, so I have my trail of noise that I'm hearing behind me, and I wish I had a card for that fire. Ooh, so the fire control system is way up here. There's a computer symbol on it, but there's a malfunction token on it. So I wonder if I have like some kind of special card that I can activate it. You're gonna make me pull out my copy of this. Well, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know why. This is just one of those games that's just fun randomly. You know, I don't plan on winning. I plan on getting as far as I can before the game just crushes me deep down and just buries me. But it's still fun. Same as, what is it, like Robinson Crusoe and all these games that you just want to torture yourself. But, alright, player phase. I need to draw 4 cards. So again, I'm pretty sure I don't have anything that deals with fire. Unless I search the room and maybe get something to put it out. That might be a good thing. I got a couple, well, I got 2 search cards, but I only need to use 1. Yeah, Gloomhaven, I had the original. I was on the very first Kickstarter where, you know, back then when it cost like $65, so that was pretty awesome. And luckily, playing solo, I was able to actually get through it all. It took, you know, 3-4 months, but with my work schedule, I'm able to play during the day a lot of the times. So, you know, 1 or 2 scenarios every couple of days. I have no idea how people in groups play Gloomhaven because that game, just solo, where I was playing, you know, let's say like 5 scenarios a week, still took a while. But if you're in a group and you're only meeting on Saturday nights and you only play 1 or 2 scenarios because it just slows down so much, I mean, yeah, I have no idea. As fun as it would be, there's no way I would get through the game because there's so many other games that people want to play. But yeah, I think because I played all of Gloomhaven, I kind of like got worn out of it. I bought Jaws of the Lion just because, and then I just sold it because it was one of those things like, what am I doing? I'm just buying a game just to buy a game. But yeah, and then I just had to pass on Frosthaven because there's no way I could. I have the way Kickstarters are going with all the big 100+ hours of playtime and story time. Really, you can just get 1 or 2 of those and you'll be good for a very long time. But as a typical backer, you end up getting 5 of them for 1 year, and then you still would rather go back to Nemesis just to play a quick one shot. But okay. So yeah, okay. I was gonna play a search card. So my first action, I have to keep track now because I'm in fire. I'm gonna go from 1 to 0 and search yellow, and maybe I'll get a fire extinguisher. So the first item is chemicals. Oh, and I completely forgot. When I was in the generator, I had my quest item for the holo computer. So that sucks. But because chemicals reminded me of the other one, which is laboratory equipment. If I'm in the room with the character corpse, intruder carcass, or egg, discover 1 corresponding intruder weakness card. So I still have my blue corpse. So if I take the chemicals and discard it, then I can discover 1 intruder weakness. Okay, but the other one, let's see, some tools. So this has 1 of 3 uses. Discard the malfunction marker in the room you're in, or repair break engine in the engine room you are in, or open and close 1 door in any corridor connected to the room you are in. Oh, man. Like, am I worried about... I know intruder weaknesses, some can be really strong. Especially since I'm so weak with my little pistol. So I think I'm going to take the chemicals and get rid of the tools. So now is my second action to get out of this room that's on fire. And it's going to suck because I already know it's just going to spread once that right event card comes out. I will discard the search card to go into the engine 3 area. Now there's no expiration marker in there, but I still have to roll for noise. A 1, which is ahead of me. So now my repair card, I'm trying to remember, let me see. If I do a repair action, I think I have to switch it, don't I? Because if not, like I have to spend a turn looking at it. So special rooms, okay, so there's 2 things for the engines. One action in there is check the engine. So I'm going to secretly look at the top engine token. You don't need to tell the truth about what you saw. Okay, that's multiplayer. The top engine token indicates the current state of the engine. So whatever that top one is. Now, if you repair or break the engine, it says take both engine tokens, secretly check their contents, and place them back in the order of your choice. You can repair or break engine even if there's a malfunction marker in the room, or even if you have not checked the status of the engine. Okay, so yeah, I can do the repair action, and then just put it back in whatever order. So trying to get them working. So I have my repair card. It has a 1 on it, so I need to spend 1 more card with it. So I'm going to take both of them. Let's see if these were even working in the first place. It was not. It was damaged. So I need to put the working one on top. And then now I just need to get one of the other 2 engines working. I could just risk it and work my way to the hibernation chamber and just hope that one of these 2 are working. Because if they're all damaged, that means I started the game with 3 damage engines. So, but do I want to play those odds? I'm not gonna lie. Like I still can't believe an intruder hasn't even come out yet. So I still have my 2 goals. Let me see here. So for those that join me later, so I started in here. I have my scientist, and this is a route I took. I started going up to the cockpit because the first one's a basic one. Well, the simple one, which is Destination Earth, where I just have to reach Earth. So I went up to the cockpit. I checked the coordinates, and then I switched it over to A. So that because A is Earth in this one. So now I'm just going to the engines. The other one is Special Delivery, which is to get an intruder egg, which I passed through the nest up here, and then to go in the escape pod or the hibernation with the egg. The thing is, if I go in the hibernation, I was going to have to fix the ship anyways. So that one's not really, Destination Earth still makes sense. Yeah, so this is a pretty basic game because I'm just making sure the ship is working. And out of the 5 or 6 times I've played this true solo, I've won 0 of those. I've gotten very close sometimes where it comes down to that 1 card draw or the 1 die roll, and then it just doesn't work out and the ship just blows up or too much fire malfunction markers. But in this game, it's been crazy that I've gone all the way up here, gone up here, fix that, gone through all this, And I did do a couple of careful movements to have more control. So there's a trail of just the yellow noise markers. But and the one time I was supposed to draw an intruder, I drew a blank token. So I've been crazy lucky that I still haven't run into an intruder. In this game, my character doesn't even know there's intruders on the ship. He just hears noise behind him. He probably can't even hear behind the sound of his own wheels. But so yeah, it's kind of tripping me out that I've gone this far, almost at the halfway point, without drawing an intruder. Yep. So this engine is now good, and then I'll make my way to engine 2 here next turn. Or my quest item. I'm gonna spend this card. Oh man. And then I'll do this next turn. So event phase, move the time track. I'm at 9. One more round, or after next round, the hibernation chamber will be open. There's no self-destruct track, no intruder attacks, no fire damage. There's no intruders with at the fire marker. So event. We have noise and technical corridor. I drew this one earlier, but it had me reshuffle thanks to those other cards. So it says, place a noise marker in the technical corridor. There's already one up there. So it says if there is one in there, each character in a room with a technical corridor, which I am, I'm going to have to just do a noise roll and see what happens. So, okay, I rolled a 1. There is a noise marker on one, so let me remove that. And this one up here. And draw from the intruder bag and see what pops out. We have an adult with a 3 on it, but I only have 1 card, so it is going to get a surprise attack. So, where are my adults? Did a little painting about a week ago just to get all these guys painted up. So, nothing too crazy, but just better than the gray. So he meets me at the engine here. And yeah, I think he just gets his free attack because I didn't have enough cards. Okay, so first, before I forget, yeah, I'll just take the one for Destination Earth. So the other one, I'll just discard it. Let's see. Where are the surprise attack? I think all I do is I just pull a card and just do whatever the card says. Intruder attack. Yeah, so I just look for a symbol and then just do what it says. Whoop. So, okay. Here we go. Alright, so there is this guy's doing a bite. There's a symbol there, so he is biting me. It says, if the character has 2 serious wounds, they die. If not, they suffer 1 serious wound. So, when you get a serious wound, you're going to take it face up. And he bit my leg. No, not my legs. I'm the scientist. Are you kidding me? This should do nothing. From now on, the cost of your escape movement action is 2. Have you guys seen the old, I mean, it's not old, but, maybe, I don't know what age you are, but Scary Movie 2, where the guy in the wheelchair, yeah, I don't know, he has like his whole thing with his legs. But this is what it just reminded me of. I'm the scientist. I'm in a wheelchair. Obviously, my legs don't work. I'm sure I don't have feeling in them. but now my legs got bit and it's affecting my movement. Well, it affects my escape movement action. It's 2 instead of 1. Not my legs. Okay, I put that right there. This bite will just go somewhere. All right. So that was the... I don't even know what that was. Okay, that was the event card. And now I still have to do the intruder bag development. Alright. An adult, I just pop that back in there and then roll for noise, but I don't think I do because all players roll for noise in order. No roll if a player's character is in combat with an intruder, so that does nothing. Okay, I need to... So now because my legs are injured, it takes 2 cards. I need to draw back up. It takes 2 cards instead of 1 to escape the room. I'm almost tempted just to go straight to the hibernation chamber and then just hibernate and gamble on one of these 2 engines working instead of this thing chasing me around. But I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so draw my hand up to 5. Rest, risk assessment, computer skills, search, and repairs. Now I have the repair card. I could just repair this other engine. I just have to get there. But just to make sure, so if I want to escape this guy, I choose a room to go to. I have to draw an attack card for each intruder, which is him. If I survive, I move. But then I know if I do a noise roll, and I want to say if it's like a danger symbol, then he follows me in there. Okay, so it cost me 2 cards to get out of here. So I can do rest and risk assessment. I'm just going to run away from this guy. I'm not going to waste time trying to shoot him. I do have 3 ammo in my pistol, but since I suck at shooting, since I'm the scientist, 2s are instead 1. But that is a 50-50 chance of just doing 1 damage to him because, let's see, the 1, the 2, and the adult symbol will hit him. But it's not strong enough to like kill him. I'd have to hit him a couple times. So I'm just going to spend my 2 cards, go this way, let me draw an attack card for him, and his symbol isn't there, so I was able to roll out of there. But so going to the next room, I got storage where there's ammo in here. So let me draw my expiration token. So the 2 becomes a 1 for items, and it's malfunctioned. So a malfunction token goes on there. Get rid of that. Then roll for noise. A 4, which is over this way. Okay. So what is the deal with... So storage, I can just search for an item. It's level 1 room. So search for an item, draw 2 cards from the item deck of a chosen color. Oh, so even without the search, I can just keep getting stuff. Do I have a search card? I do. So let me search this room and pick red. Well, I have to do red for this one. So let's see. First item, smoke grenade, and then self-destruct key. So I'm definitely not doing self-destruct key. So smoke grenade, one use only. Use in the room you're in. All other characters in this room lose one action card each. You move to a neighboring room and intruders don't attack you during that movement. So that's awesome. What is this? The laboratory equipment? Oh, okay, that's for the intruder thing. Well, let me use one card. Ooh, computer skills. Open or close one door in a corridor connected to the room you are in. So I'm going to use computer skills to close the door where the intruder's at. And then I'm going to use this card for my laboratory equipment, where I'm going to discard my chemicals card. And now I have this one-time use only. It's going to take, I need another card to activate it, but if I'm in a room with a character corpse, intruder carcass, or egg, discover one corresponding intruder weakness card. So I've had the blue corpse since the beginning of the game. So I'll do that next turn. But now I have no card, so if I do get a little larva attack, surprise attack me, that's just automatically going in my gut. Oh. And then I have my bandages too I can use for my damaged legs. What am I going to do? Alright, so event phase. Time track. Goes from 9 to 8, so hibernation pods are open. Intruder attack. I'm not in a room with an intruder. The fire damage, he's not in the same room as that. Resolve. Event card. Yeah, so intruder attack, you only deal with that when he's like in the room with you. Okay, so he moves when I draw the event card. So event. So now, on the top I've been ignoring these a lot, but I'm going to look for his symbol, which it is there. And it says 3, which in his room is a technical corridor. So when that happens, he actually just gets removed from the game. Or he goes back in the box because... Now this token, I want to say it goes back into the bag. Because it's just, yeah, it wouldn't make sense if it got removed from it. So he's back with all the other intruders. All right, so now for the rest of this card, it says evacuation pod ejection. Remove one escape pod token with the lowest number. So one just shot off into space by itself. And then remove this from the event, or remove this event from the game and reshuffle the events. So the one card goes back in here. Alright, shuffled up enough. Intruder bag development. Let's see what happens. An adult, so that pops in there and I do a noise roll. So on a 3 or 4, I have to draw for an intruder. And that was a 4, so this noise token goes away. And we see what pops out in the room I'm in. I have no cards, so there's going to be another surprise attack no matter what. Oh, no. That's the queen. Where is she? So there's this giant queen I painted up. You know, I try to do these quick, just get some color on there, but this thing is now next to this little guy in the storage room with me, blocking my way. So it has a 4 on it, but it's definitely doing a surprise attack. So let's see if her symbol's on here. Yep, right here. It's doing a scratch. It even has her the picture of her on there. So doing a scratch. The character suffers 1 light wound and gets 1 contamination card. So I'm pretty sure the contamination cards go in my discard, and then we'll just start clogging up my hand. Now I just have to make sure that that's not a infected card when I actually try to get out of here. So now back to my turn. I'm going to draw my 5 cards. So my legs are still injured, even though I'm the scientist. I need to get out of this room. Man, what if I shot the queen and I know they draw 2 cards, so what if they ran away? That'd be awesome. But do I want to risk that? Let's... Okay, let's do an escape movement action. Normally it's 1 card, but my legs are injured. Oh, yeah. I believe you remove all noise tokens in the room with an encounter. So, yeah, I only had 1 in 3 and 4, so either here, here, or up here. So right now there's no more noise tokens. Let's run away. But let's see if it hits me while I run. Another scratch. No. So the queen hits me again, so I suffer another light wound, which is going to give me another serious wound, my second one. Same with the adult encounter. Yeah, so when I had the adult encounter, I had 1 in the technical corridor, and then I forgot which one, but so it cleared out the ones around engine 3. Ooh, so she got a body shot on my with that scratch. So draw up to 4 action cards instead of 5. So now my legs are hurt, my body's hurt, and I need to draw another contamination card. But I did get away, so let's see what this room is. The canteen, have a snack. Possibly search for some green items. Now I'd love if the door closed behind me. But instead it's a fire with 1 item. And again, here we go with the, I don't remember how many actions I did. So let me put a fire marker out here. So, okay, I've only done 1 action to go in here. And then I start to roll for noise. Okay. Lots of little things in this game, but it's not too complicated. A 1. Oh, no. It's the 1 spot with the noise marker, which is here. So that's going to go away. And let's see what comes out. Always towards the end, the game just knows how to mess with you. An adult. Probably the same one as before. So yeah. Get the squatty one down just because that's to get low to lick me around the face. Oh man, it had to be a high one too because I had 3 cards. If I would have had a 4th one, it wouldn't get a surprise attack. So let's see. It does give me, it's got a claw attack. says the character suffers 2 light wounds and gets a contamination card. This is my 3rd contamination card. And I'm 1 light wound away from dying. This is crazy how, like, I was having an amazing first 3/4 of the game. And now adult, a queen, another adult, and I'm all messed up now. I need to use a smoke grenade. I completely forgot about that. So I'm going to use 1 card for the smoke grenade. So let's see. Use in the room you are in. It says all other characters, which I'm not an other character, so I don't have to lose an action card. It says you move to a neighboring room and intruders don't attack you during that movement. So this guy doesn't attack me, just stays back there. But because I'm still moving, I still have to roll for noise. Now, I'm in the hibernation chamber. It's set up with no noise around it. So as long as... I shouldn't even say it. But if you know what it takes for this guy to move towards me, then... yeah. Hopefully I don't roll that specific symbol. Which I'm sure I will. It's Nemesis. What else would I roll? A 4. So hey, that makes sense. The 4 was right behind me where the intruder was. So now I have the slim chance of winning the game because let me get my little thing out here. So the Hibernatorium. So for 2 cards, which I have 2 cards, says you perform this action only if the hibernation chambers are open, which they are. They just opened up. The token on the time track is on any blue space. Perform a noise roll. If any intruder shows up in this room, your attempt of entering is failed. If no intruders appear, I've managed to hibernate safely. And then I just see if I won the game or not. So let's do it. My last 2 cards. I have noise at 4, and I don't want to roll a 4 or the danger. And here we go. A 2. But that works. So that I'm able to hibernate. So I'm sleeping in the pod. And now I just have to check in-game conditions. Let's make sure I do all this in the right order here. Where are you? I thought it'd be towards the back, but maybe not. Okay, so player goals at end of game. So I have to fulfill my objective, which I took a chance that the other engine was working. So we'll find out. And then I have to survive, which I have 3 contamination cards, sorry. So I'm pretty sure all those have to be cleared, but yeah. So let's see, end of game. The time marker reaches... oh, it's when one of these conditions are met. The last alive, not hibernating character on the board ship dies, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but so let's see, victory check. So I already know my coordinates are good. That's on A where Earth is. Now my 3 engines, I repaired this one, so I know that one's good. So it's whatever the top one is. So now with engine 1 and 2, as long as one of those are good, then I'm good to go. So engine 1, that top one. Hey, there we go. Was engine 2? Nope. So I got lucky that I just had to repair one of them. Alright, so now contamination check. Need to bust out my handy dandy scanner. Get all these contamination cards I got at the end. 1, 2, and 3. Yep, just 3. Then it says, so I'm going to use the scanner. If there's at least one infected card, I'm going to shuffle all my cards, both action and contamination, and then draw the top 4 cards. And then if I draw another contamination card, infected or not, then I die. So the best thing would be if none of these were infection cards. I doubt this is going to like show up at all. Yeah. So I just looked through it myself. Alright, a bunch of gibberish, so that one's clean. 2 more to go. I'm a little nervous. Ibs infected. So yeah, it's like super hard to try to see it on there. But this one, I'm not infected. So if I got lucky and this one is not infected. The first one infected. So I am infected. So now I have to take all of these cards and my action cards and give them the best shuffle I can. Or I have to draw the top 4 cards, and hopefully none of those are a contamination card. Because then all this will be for nothing. I don't survive. Those scratches, it was the leg wounds that got me. I'm never going to walk again. Oh, man. I'm a little nervous. I want to like just keep shuffling and maybe I'll just never go. I'll never have to draw cards, but okay. Top 4 cards. Card number 1. Nope. Card number 2. Nope. Number 3. There it is. So that's a loss. Yep. And that was how Nemesis goes. You do really well, and then you just don't. You know, as my wheelchair-bound scientist can't deal with a leg bite. Takes him out of the game. Oh, man. One card away. Yeah. My legs blew apart. That's where the alien was, and I could never walk again. I need another wheelchair. But well, at least all these things died because the ship went to hyper jump, and these things splattered against the wall. They can't survive it. But yeah, the ship did make it to Earth. They're going to hear the story of what happened on the Nemesis. And that's how the game goes. You know? I would say you win some, you lose some, but in my case, you just keep losing. One day I'm going to win, and it's going to feel really nice. I was like very nervous that this could have been it. But that's pretty awesome what the game can do to you. It felt like my heartbeat was increasing. I should have set my heart monitor, you know, checking my pulse rate here, but all these scratches and bites to my body and legs caught up to me. But still an awesome time. But I want them. I want to take them home. I'll take all the souvenirs in my hibernation. And then I wonder how different it would have been if I would have tried to take an egg. But then I feel like with this character, I would have just died sooner. Because my little weak pistol can't even do 2 damage. I still would have just died. But there you go. That's it for Nemesis. Thank you for joining me, Ravnos. And hopefully you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys later.